Spoiler warning. If you have not seen Season 5 of Game of Thrones, read the books, or the Telltale games, this is your one and only warning.
Now it's time to start Game of Spoils with Afterburn and special guest, the Game Boys, aka Solstin and EvilZane.
Woo! Hey, we're doing things.
Yes.
We're living life.
Yes, and now I must play this game.
Oh, man.
Please help me.
Oh.
Well, I'll start with my first talking point, which is the trial. The trial.
Or the lack thereof.
The lack thereof.
Oh, man.
Okay, so there was a bit of a weird plan, I guess, that Loras had. Where he was basically just going to say, oh, I'm sorry, please forgive me, so that it would be a show for the trial. And then the High Sparrow even said, after the trial is over, Sir Loras is free to go. Even though he just pledged his life to the church, he was free to go. He wouldn't have to do that. They engraved his goddamn
Well,
head.
I think Marjorie made a deal, right, where he would kind of, the High Sparrow wanted what he had with her and Tommen kind of playing his game, and like maybe Marjorie made that. Oh shit! I was.
Oh, you're about to die.
And Marjorie kind of played nice so that she could, she felt for her brother, and she wanted her out of that place. I think that's why that happened. And then,
like the
and then the High Sparrow was kind of fucking with it. It's like, well, look at all this time under our captivity. Now he wants to pledge himself to us.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. Was like because she told him not to break, but he
was already broken when
he looked like he was totally willing to do what he said he was going to do.
He was, and I'm pretty sure that's why she went from hating the High Sparrow to, okay, I'm going to play his game and I'm going to get him when he at least expects it. And that's why she went along with the whole church thing and became like, oh yeah, I pray all the time.
But as soon as they branded him, she was pissed. Like she...
Oh, well, yeah, because she said you wouldn't mutilate him, but that's, in the Sparrow's mind, that's not mutilation.
No.
That's marking him for the gods. So, he feels like he did nothing wrong. She feels like he did wrong. In the end, it doesn't matter because they're both green dust.
I totally forgot that he was getting all that together. Like I totally completely forgot about all that stuff until what's his name? The guy,
the guy who made the
Lancel.
Oh,
Lancel. Until he got stabbed in the spine, eh? So that's why he was
crawling.
He was crawling, and then as soon as he saw those like barrels with the green stuff, I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
See, the funny thing is, that wildfire, there have been caches of it since the time of the Mad King Targaryen.
Yeah.
Why, if so many people know that it's there, why has nobody gotten rid of it?
I don't think
I would be too afraid to like move it. I guess it exploded.
People know it's there. Like,
I thought there was only a few people that knew about it.
yeah, but why wouldn't they make sure to get rid of it in case it fell into the wrong hands? Like,
In case they could use it,
Tyrion
which they
knew,
did.
Varys knew, now Cersei knew. Like, who else knew
think,
about it and didn't think, oh, we should get rid of this in case it blows up by accident?
When Tyrion used it for the Battle of the Blackwater, Cersei already knew because they were making it for her, and then he's like, now you're making it for me. So Cersei's known all this time.
Oh shit!
But I think only Tyrion knows about the cache that's underneath the keep.
Yeah.
Well, then that's with the little birds. They found it, right?
Yeah.
The children.
The children, which is another point of mine. Killer kids. Suddenly, these kids that are just used as informants are like murdering everybody.
They didn't have to kill Maester Pycelle because
He just had to stab him until he dies.
wasn't he like? How much of a threat is he really?
Well, that was the thing I wanted to talk about because he would have died in the Sept anyways, right?
Most likely, yeah.
So that was clearly all personal, even though Quayburn said it wasn't. He's like, oh, I mean, home, but out with old in with the new. But
like,
that was so personal,
because
he
is the Maester of the Red Keep.
And Grandmaster Pycelle was always like, oh, the Citadel took away his chain. He's not worthy. That's all. He always talk shit about him. So
I think the main thing about him was he was like old school. He was a stickler. He had rules, and he did not break the. Well, he broke some rules. Clearly,
he broke.
But I mean, like
he was a
hypocrite. He was the best of them.
He was a stickler for like outside of the bedroom, proper shit, right? Like
it's true. Yeah,
some shit wouldn't fly with him. So even though he wasn't probably that big of a deal,
but he didn't really have much power. He would object to things.
And that's what I mean.
No one would take him seriously.
He wasn't that big of a deal, but he was just an annoying thorn in their side.
Yeah, I just like how he kept himself alive so long by pretending to be this frail, annoying old man.
Yeah,
and really he was just probably about as fit as the average guy.
Probably.
Yeah. He's fit enough to be fucking hookers, so...
It's just,
Didn't need any...
maybe he just
blue
lays
pills.
there and they fillet him. You don't know that. You don't know how this fucking goes.
It's still soft. Yeah, it'll do that.
Yeah, just
I
wait
didn't
till
take
he
my
falls
magic
asleep.
Viagra.
I need milk of the pee-pee.
Nice. Oh shit!
Oh,
Your milk
good
of the
thing she was there.
Oh yeah, I was saved.
God damn. You could have died right there.
Yeah, and then I would have come back again.
Would have been the end
Tried
of the
to do
story.
it. Tried to do it.
What's your next topic there? I'm going to steal your
go
phone.
ahead.
I see you're
Okay.
busy.
Yeah.
This looks like it's going into when Bran was going to finally leave the
Just
the north.
say what I wrote, and I'll prompt you at the top.
The Sand Snakes Tyrell or Dragon Alliance.
I skipped that one, but
You wanna
that's
skip
an
that
important one. No, you said it. We'll talk about it.
I like how Varys time traveled.
Yeah, he was like on the Alliance, and then suddenly he was
We're
on a
going to go
boat.
to Dorne, which isn't Dorne on like the southern tip of Westeros anyway. So he sailed to Westeros and then back to Marine, and only to bring all those ships there to go back past Dorne to Westeros. Because you saw there was
time in Game of Thrones isn't like that episode didn't take place in one day. That
is
probably
true.
took place in like a process of a few weeks.
I get that, but still, what's the point of backtracking ships halfway across the world?
Well, he left Maine to go to
Marine, he left.
Marine. Sorry,
Maine.
Not Maine. Whatever.
Where Stephen
Cruising
King
on
lives.
Main
He
Street.
left Marine. He left Marine to go to where the Sand Snakes
Dorne.
are, to
Yeah.
Dorne,
Yes.
and he's got some vendetta there.
No. He left, and
was
I
gathering-
predicted this too. He went on a secret mission for ships, and I know for a fact the only two kind of strong houses that have ships are the Greyjoys and the Tyrells. And I'm like, well, if he's going for ships, then the
already
Tyrells
got the
is the only logical conclusion.
Yeah.
And I'm
much.
like, but how would that work? They don't like him. He's like a criminal there, and then so he's pulling alliances with the Sand Snakes, who weren't in that season at all, other than the first episode. And
Yeah.
but that sets up their importance in the next season.
Yeah, well, it's not about at this point. It's not about whether he's a criminal or not. Now the Tyrells want revenge. That's all they care about. They don't care about survival, like she said. They want revenge for what Cersei did to their family.
Speaking of that, I know I'm probably really wrong with this, but I have this weird feeling that Marjorie's still alive. Because, everyone died in that set, but she was she caught on to what was going on, and she was trying to get out.
It wasn't going to happen.
don't
and
It doesn't make any sense because she's a big movie star now, and she probably has the movies that she's going to do, and she doesn't have time for Game of Thrones. It's probably really hard to schedule her to do scenes.
Well, that's part
but
of the
I just
thing.
have this weird feeling that she's still alive. I know I'm probably really wrong with that, but I don't. I can't shake the feeling.
A lot of people thought that Catelyn Stark was still going to be alive and come back as Lady
I'm
Stoneheart.
going to come
like
back
in the books.
to that, but the reason why Marjorie's not alive at all is because the Natalie Dormer, the girl that plays her, I believe,
Oh, you know her name?
actually asked to be written off
did
this
she?
season so she
Really?
could do a project, but they couldn't do it, so they told her
The
we
Forest?
apologize, but
What was that movie she was in? The Suicide Forest?
I don't know, but they they said that they were going to
that
figure
was
something out for the end of
Johansson,
the
wasn't it?
season.
No,
for
it was
them.
her. Oh, I think it was her. But, so yeah, that makes sense. But
So
I don't know.
she's out.
Don't trust my gut.
As for Lady Stoneheart,
It's not happening.
it's not going to happen.
No,
The main
It's
reason
been too
is
late now.
in the books she was brought back and
3
she
days.
she got back after 3 days. But her purpose is to get revenge on the people that killed her family, and that was Roose Bolton, Walder Frey, and what's his name, Tywin Lannister.
Yeah.
all those
They've
guys
all-
are dead now.
Yep, they've all
So
had it coming
there's
back to them.
no purpose in bringing her back now.
No.
Plus, it's been years in the movie since that in the series. Sorry,
It feels like a movie.
Her body
I know.
is far too decomposed
it
now.
would be useless.
They
She'd
could
be
bring
a zombie, and it would just be stupid. So I highly doubt.
Well, I don't
she'll
think there'd
ever
even
come
be
back.
enough flesh left to make anything more than a skeleton.
Yeah, so she is probably not going to be in the books. Plus, there's only 2 seasons left after this now.
And they're not going to be full 10-episode seasons.
They're
There's
not
only
gonna be full
something like
seasons.
13 episodes.
Well, that's 'cause-
left.
6 and 7 episodes.
That's because the UK decided to
I
leave the
don't
UN.
think it- no.
That
had nothing
decision
to do
was
with
made
it.
before then.
Yeah, no, the decision for how many episomes was made far before the whole Brexit.
But
thing
they are
came around.
losing. They're losing money now. They've got they will have less money. So
a Brexit
not only
reference and,
not only are there going to be smaller seasons, they had to cut costs on their cast as well, which Cersei kind of helped them out with.
What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, but I think that was going to be a plot point anyway,
probably,
regardless of what happened.
But speaking of, when you were saying all these people that died, and one of them was Walder Frey, talk about Arya killing him, Hitman style killing.
She's fulfilling her list.
That was awesome.
Beautiful.
It was.
I don't think she knows that a lot of the other people on her list are gone. I think she's taken the revenge route that Lady Stoneheart would have.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Another interesting thing
off that list.
If you've noticed, everyone that participated in the Red Wedding has kind of died the way that they killed. Tywin was killed with a crossbow. He had his people kill people with crossbows at the Red Wedding.
Rob.
He didn't have any people.
Rob didn't die by a crossbow, though.
He was mostly killed.
He was stabbed.
I've read the same article you read.
You did? He was stabbed by Roose Bolton, and Roose Bolton was stabbed. Catalina.
You always call her Catalina.
Shut up! Catelyn Stark had her throat sliced. So did Walder. I thought it was really cool when I noticed that.
This is Dark Souls with Catalina.
Shut up. How about the King? And his exit.
Oh, yeah.
See, that was the thing. I predicted that Tommen would die that episode. But I didn't know how he would die. Like there was just no threat to his life, and then the fact that he killed himself.
I think he realized exactly what his mother really was.
Yeah,
there's no way he didn't put two and two together of what was going on with the mountain stopping him from leaving and the church just exploding.
And that was the thing. It was like,
I don't want to live in this world.
Marjorie, his love, died.
Yeah.
And his mom killed her. So it's like I can't believe that my mom did that. I can't believe
everyone's betrayed. Too much fed up with this world.
I thought that I didn't see it coming. He took his crown off, and I was like, oh. Well, what's this going to do? And all of a sudden he's out the window. Like, what the hell?
Once it showed the window being left open, I knew.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, well, he has nothing left really.
I keep forgetting
but that was really convenient though. That he just
yeah.
If I talk like this, I'm going to talk ahead of you guys. Now,
so much peak fix.
I didn't. I can't remember. What
I know we're excited, but
you did it first.
Oh my god. There's
It looks like I'm in jail.
So I think this time that Cersei is taking over as the queen, this is actually the time that the old lady had talked to her about when she was a kid. The old prophecy. You'll be the queen for a time. I think this is that time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then it's going to be I can't remember what it was. The Valkyras or something. One of her brothers are going to be the ones to kill her. Either Jaime, because Jaime killed the Mad King to stop him from burning King's Landing, and now he's got to kill his sister because she's burning King's Landing. Or Tyrion's going to come back.
Just the parts of it she doesn't like.
Exactly. Or Tyrion is going to come back with Daenerys, and Tyrion will be the one to kill Cersei. So one of the two of them is going to, either Jaime or Tyrion are going to kill Cersei.
I have to see next season what Jaime thinks of it all, because we did see him. He did not look happy when he saw Cersei with the crown on. But at the same time, after that huge speech that he gave, what's his name from... what's his name?
Walder Frey.
No, not Walder Frey.
Edmure Tully?
That guy.
The Blackfish.
That big... No, not the Blackfish. His son. The Blackfish's son.
No, they're not. It's
Lord Edmure.
The Blackfish would be his Edmure's uncle, not his son.
Really? I thought that was Catelyn's
father. Holster Tully was Catelyn's father. He died when they were visiting. There was a funeral pyre. They had to shoot arrows at him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry.
No problem, semantics.
But after Jaime's speech to that guy, I keep forgetting his name. It's really hard to picture him just turning on her like that, even after the shit she's done. But at the same time, anything can happen in Game of Thrones.
I think the main thing is, though, he gave up his pride or his reputation when he killed the Mad King.
Yeah.
And he killed the Mad King to stop him from burning King's Landing to save thousands of lives.
Well, no. The Mad King told him to kill his father.
Oh.
He wasn't giving a fuck about the lives.
I thought he was doing it to save the people.
No. Tywin Lannister was outside the gates, and then he pretended to be the help of the Mad King. I'm coming to help you against your attackers. And then he turned his cloak and killed everyone in King's Landing who was working for the Mad King because he was staying out of the war pretty much, and then he kind of saw that Robert Baratheon was winning, so he to be on the winning side, he pulled that move. So because if he just stayed out of it, he might have they might have invaded Lannisport, that was what happened. So when the Mad King found out, he told the Kingslayer to kill his own father. So he's like, kill the king or kill my own father.
I always thought of it as more of a survival thing. Like he weighed the odds and decided that siding with the Mad King would not be. He wouldn't be in a position to live. Like he'd die with the Mad King if he took his side. Well, then I always pictured it as him betraying the Mad King was him wanting to just survive.
Maybe it'll be Tyrion then that kills Cersei.
I think so.
That would be neat. That's pretty neat.
He's rushing there with ships right now.
I think that'd be awesome. He just grabs a crossbow, shoots her the same way he shot. Wow, she's pooping too, just like Tywin.
You'd love that.
Like father, like daughter.
But while we're talking about Cersei, her revenge that episode was so well done. Like I thought it would be a little sloppy, Like she just she has a chance to get revenge, and then she won't she won't calculate. She'll just do it. But it was executed quite well.
I think the only thing that helped her survive or helped that plan go flawlessly, though, was the High Sparrow's arrogance. Really, as much as he talked about being without sin,
he obviously didn't know about the wildfire caches.
Oh no.
There was, speaking of this High Sparrow, there was a theory that he wasn't actually a religious man, and he was actually a friend of Eddard Stark. Can't remember his name.
Oh,
Reed.
Howland Reed.
That he was actually, and the only reason why he turned to
Howland Reed.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
The only reason why he turned to that religion and being the High Sparrow was to incite rebellion within the kingdom and overthrow the Lannisters.
I did talk about overthrowing dynasties,
but I
don't think it wasn't Howland Reed, but I definitely think the High Sparrow was just an anarchist and he wanted to see the establishment fall.
But obviously, it doesn't matter who he is now. He is dead.
Stinks.
Very much dead.
Yes, very much dead. But as Cersei was getting her revenge on that sister who shamed her and stripped her naked and told her to confess, we got to see a little. We didn't really get to see, but we get to see a little bit of the Mountain take his helmet off there.
It's the same actor that was playing him before when he was alive.
Was it though? Like, I thought
could you tell?
It was either him or CGI him. But
I think it was just the
back of his head.
I think it was just a face, a mask that they made for it. Because
really?
I don't see them paying an actor to come in and not have his face shown all the time.
He never had lines anyway.
He had a couple of lines, but it wasn't
not really.
Even when he was alive, he didn't.
The only reason they got that guy is because they wanted a ginormous man to portray him for that duel. Like 3 people have portrayed the Mountain now.
This is true.
And I think this guy is just a stunt double or just another guy.
Just now that they remember the Mountain's face, now they have to keep a CGI continuity.
Really, it doesn't have to be the same guy.
It's not even that hard. Like it doesn't even have to look like him. It's just a decayed-looking face mask that they put on this guy to make it look like the guy from before.
Yeah, and then they fix it in post.
Hey, so they finally revealed Jon Snow's origins.
R plus L equals
the
J.
stuff we all pretty much knew.
People have known that for 20 years,
I know that.
and it's just now being confirmed.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed in the books either yet.
No, because the show's outpaced the book.
Yeah. It's funny, like it wasn't even like because it's like, it's like, we all thought is true.
Yeah,
but it was funny when like Bran he says goodbye to Benjen. We finally get Benjen, then he's like, "Oh, I can't cross the wall. You're on your own." So it's
I've had 2 scenes with you, ta-ta.
So the first chance he gets to go back in the memories, he goes right to the Tower of Joy to see who go up the steps of that tower. It's like, I'm 3-eyed Raven now. I'm going to do what I want.
Now, how long is it going to take for him to get to Jon? And how the hell is he going to learn to walk again?
He's not. I don't think
he's not going to walk again. The 3-eyed Raven said he would never walk again.
Oh,
but
maybe he'll run.
He can fly.
He'll probably just take control of an animal or something or other.
Speaking of flying ravens, a white raven flew from the citadel of Winterfell to signal the beginning of winter, the start of winter. And I thought, what was that shit? Why does the citadel decide when winter starts? Why can't Winterfell?
We are the citadel. We decide all things.
And it wasn't even snowing at the citadel, so how would they fucking know?
It was snowing in Winterfell.
It's always snowing in Winterfell. In fact, there was less snow during the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, I was just going to say that there wasn't any snow,
attacked.
which you could find out. You can really, I mean, that was a great episode, but you could say there should have been some snow there, but we'll forgive that because we know it's filmed in Ireland and there's no snow.
They got snow there beforehand when Sansa left Winterfell. There was tons of snow right after they took it over.
We'll forgive it.
Just for the battle, there was no snow.
And I imagine how much more complicated it would have made everything if there was snow on the field.
Yeah, it would have been even
you know
cooler.
how much the stuff you have to orchestrate with all those horses.
So
and
they
all
could
those
have spent $30 million
extras.
instead of $20 million.
We could forgive it.
It's forgiven. It was awesome, regardless.
It truly was, but there should have been more snow other than Jon.
That last season 10 is probably the first season ender where for me anyways, everything just went right.
Yeah,
Jon Snow is now King of the North.
Yeah.
I don't really care for Cersei. She can go fuck herself, but she's
queen in the south.
Queen of the South.
Fuck! I have to make a decision. I haven't been listening at all.
I'm yours. I'll never be yours. I'll never be yours. Daenerys has finally got her fleet and her dragons, and she's going to war with Westeros. And it was just a perfect ending. I was happy. No one I liked died. Everyone I hated died.
And little Lyanna Mormont had her little speech.
Oh my god, she's such an amazing actress.
How do they pack so much talent into one child? How is she so good?
She's wise beyond her years.
She is the best fucking child actor I've ever seen. And in the last episode, when we were reviewing episode 9, I said that she's the best child actor since that kid from E.T. But holy shit, I think she's better than a lot of the main actors in the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of acting in the show, when Davos accused the Red Woman of what she did, I'll admit it. I'm man enough to admit it. A little dusty there. Yeah. Just him
why is it raining
angry. He was getting a little dusty in the. That was such a great performance. I love that actor. I don't know his name.
He's an amazing actor.
He's really good.
He's got an excellent voice too. If you were to go into voice acting,
I bet he already does.
Probably
with a voice like that. He's chopping onions, man. Everyone's getting onions.
And I wrote down a point from that as I'm playing this Telltale game and not listening to any of the dialogue, but still making important decisions. Jon Snow was faced with a decision. Davos wanted the Red Woman to be put to death for what she did.
Yeah.
And she said, well, there's a big war to come. There's White Walkers, and you're going to need me.
That's why.
It was kind of this Telltale decision where it's kill the Red Woman or let her live. Yeah. And he picked option 3, which was banish her from Winterfell.
Well, at least that way she's still alive, and if he ends up needing her, he can always find her back somehow.
Yeah. Although,
of course,
I'm sure it won't be hard to find any red priestesses because there's a whole bunch coming over with Daenerys. So
they seem to be everywhere.
Yeah. How's that going to work when the red priestesses who are saying that Daenerys is Azor Ahai and the ones that are saying that Jon is Azor Ahai? Well, how are they going to come together and be these are Azor Ahai's...
I read that in the book, and I do not pronounce it that way.
Everything the Lord of Light says is up to interpretation, basically. So I think...
been reborn.
I think Jon Snow and Daenerys are not going to be enemies. If they're going to be allies,
they're related.
They will probably fight at first because they won't know. But then Jon's going to be like, hey, I know you're taking over this country right now. Look, we got zombies. You got dragons. Let's make this work.
Yeah, I don't think there will be any fighting. There doesn't have to be fighting. You saw the remains of the Ironborn coming, and they made a pact right there. They didn't have to fight. They didn't do nothing.
It's true.
The Ironborn came for that reason, right?
Yeah, but
Daenerys might be in the mindset of diplomacy of hey, anyone who wants to join me, and then we'll take over the rest.
I really don't think that her and Jon will go at each other.
No, well, especially if Daenerys is going straight for King's Landing.
Exactly.
I mean, she's going against Cersei,
which is the enemy of everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if Jon would be so pulled into that. Oh god, damn, that guy's fucked. I don't think Jon would be so pulled into the living versus the dead to the point where he'd say, "Hey, Cersei, we should be friends."
No.
Pretty sure he'd say, "Fuck you, bitch, you die."
Yeah, no, there's no compromise there.
No.
Jon is not going to ask Cersei for anything.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely a Daenerys Jon Snow alliance in the future. Also, speaking on that, I was not even a day after that episode hit. I looked on the internet and people are already like, "Oh, I wonder if Jon Snow and Daenerys will get married." And I'm just thinking, I mean, it works, I guess, from a political standpoint, but they're cousins.
In the Targaryen,
and then I remember, this is medieval ages. They don't give a fuck about cousins,
especially the Targaryens.
Yeah,
they were all about that.
Exactly.
Thanks for talking about Jon Snow, because something that didn't happen that I want to happen very quickly is now that the Starks have Winterfell again, like technically Sansa is like the head of Winterfell because she's the Stark. And she has the power to make Jon a Stark, right? Just the way Roose Bolton made.
Oh, she could legitimize him.
Yes, just
even though he's already legitimate.
Well, I mean, his men kind of legitimized him, but make it official. Like they could have done it at the end of that episode. It's okay that they didn't, but she could just right then and there say, "I now make you Jon Stark."
At this point, I don't think it's necessary because they've already recognized him as King of the North. Why does he need to have?
It's kind of an honor, and he deserves it.
There's been precedent though for bastards being kings and keeping their bastard last name.
It would suit Jon because Winterhold. I'm sorry, there's a lot of snow in Winterhold. Winterfell.
You get names weird.
I play a lot of World of Warcraft.
It all mixes together.
He's the King of the North now, basically. I don't know if
he's the King of Snow.
There you go.
King Snow. King Snow, that's cool.
It makes sense for him to keep that name.
Yeah.
Freeze's grandpa.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's
Mr. White.
Mr. White. Yeah, White Walkers, bitch.
Oh, fuck. So we talked about the King of the North. We talked about Cersei's now the Queen again. Like she was the Queen earlier when she was married to Robert, but now she doesn't have a husband.
She's got all authority now.
And there's also a promotion that I found very touching, and it was the Hand of the Queen.
Oh yeah,
Hand of the Queen. That was a nice moment.
I mean, it's not his first rodeo as being the Hand, but
it's a smart choice. But
it was
kind of like Tyrion's a valuable asset to her, but it's not like he did the time he spent kind of ruling Meereen didn't really prove his worth. He didn't get a chance. He tried to make a peace, it didn't really work. Dany had to come and save him with her dragons.
Yeah, but I mean,
this time around it was.
But she appreciates her counsel, and that came across.
Yeah,
his counsel.
This is the first time where he's actually been giving something that he.
Damn it! I don't fucking
that he earned.
I mean, he's for blood magic. Fuck off.
Tywin made him the Hand because it's his son. He's gonna give him. Even if he is an imp, he's going to give him a title or something to work on. She actually appreciates him not because he's an imp, but because of how useful he is and how dedicated he is to her. And that shows by her giving him the title of Hand of the Queen.
Yeah, and he's kind of... Because Jorah Mormont was kind of her, I'm doing blood magic right now.
What are you doing to this guy?
I wish I knew what I was doing, but I haven't paid attention at all.
I just noticed the blood magic thing going on.
What the hell?
This is fucked.
Oh my gosh! Did you cure him? What did you choose? What did you choose?
I don't think you have to go this far into what you're doing.
Just grab his heart.
Sorry, Cotter.
Now eat it. Squeeze the blood into the fire. Jesus, titty fucking Christ.
It's just got dark and morbid all of a sudden.
This is just like the season finale, except none of this happened.
Well, this is the finale of the first season of Game of Thrones.
What the hell?
Is she like a red wildling priestess or something?
I don't know what these people are.
A red wildling priestess?
I don't know. She's a wildling.
See, now I'm just making decisions without any of the information.
Yeah.
I just pulled my heart out of my friend's body.
You pulled your heart?
His heart. Well, part of my heart went with him because it was so hard to do.
That's adorable.
See, you sit on a couch with another dude and all of a sudden you like men.
Wow.
Oh, shots fired. We'll call that part 1. And that's the end of the episode.
Do you want me to do the outro again?
I'm not doing the other stuff, okay? We're just saying we'll put the stuff at the end of part 2.
Thanks for watching Afterburn's video. If you want to check out mine and Solstin's videos, be sure to check our YouTube channels. They're in the description below. And stay tuned for next week's episode 2 of Game of Spoils, the final for season 6.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next exciting episode of Game of Spoils.
Well done. I'm solo.